As you can see behind me, there are crews from 3 fire departments on the scene here on the 300 block of Stone Road in Belpre. This parade begins at the police station on 29th Street and extends all the way to 60th Street before returning to the police station. The additions to playgrounds like these are not just for those with disabilities, but for all children at recess. The state of Ohio is looking to get to 80% of Ohio BSN credentialed nurses. The current average is at 57%, but the Southeast Ohio average is at 18%. The issue with the shortage is not only causing parents to drive miles out of their way to find baby formula, prices for formula are also hiking up, with some forms of baby formula going for hundreds of dollars. The Belpre City Schools levy came up short once again for the 9th time since 1990, while Wood County's passed. The Heart Walk is back again this year, and this time officials are saying that they are seeing more people coming together to help with this cause. Fleener says that before you get into your car, make sure to put together an emergency kit. This includes a blanket, a flashlight, batteries, and a charger for your phone.
I have waited for this day since May 17th to finally face one of the people who are responsible for taking my baby boy's life from me.
On May 17th of 2022, one Terrence Mills Jr. was shot in an alley in the 1500 block of Covert Street. He would later die at WVU Medicine at Camden Clark Medical Center. One of the people involved in this case, Desiree Roberts, pled guilty to first-degree robbery. Roberts' attorney, Dustin Shermer, says Roberts would change how that night went.
If she had known, as she has told me, and as she will ultimately tell this court, is she wishes she had known what would happen so she could have told Mr. Mills, get out of here, run, flee, the deal is off, it's not a deal, we need to go now.
Shermer says that Roberts should receive alternative sentencing for her cooperation in this case for the indictment of both Justin Keel and Tyler McCune.
Ms. Roberts is extremely sorry for everything that happened to Mr. Mills, and she understands that she does need to be punished for the role that she played.
Roberts also stood up to provide an apology to Mills's family in court.
As I'm here today, I would like to offer my sincere condolences for the tragedy that has happened to your family. I know nothing I can say will make this right. I'm here to accept the responsibility for the role I took part in that led to the awful tragedy that occurred on May 17th.
However, Wood County prosecutor Patrick Lefebvre says that because of Roberts being the reason why Mills was there in the first place as an initial drug deal, Lefebvre also says Roberts had knowledge that Keel had a gun on him 30 minutes prior to meeting Mills.
It was her actions and her relationship or friendship with TJ, which is what led him to meet with her and ultimately led to his death.
Mills's mother, Donna, also made an emotional statement wanting the maximum 15-year sentence for Roberts for her involvement in the case.
You knew exactly what was going to take place that night, but you choose to do wrong, and for that, I can never forgive you.
Judge John Bean ruled in favor of the prosecution's request for the maximum 15-year sentence. The trial date of March 7th is set for Keel and McCune. In Parkersburg, this is Mitchell Blahut, WTAP News. With the disappearance of Gretchen Fleming getting closer to 3 months, Parkersburg Police Lieutenant James Stallnicker says the department is still receiving information on this case, not only with potential leads and tips, but continuing to add to the timeline of Gretchen's disappearance.
Prior to December the 4th, what was a day in her life like, or a week, or a month, or months prior to that? What was her normal routine, And so it allows us, sending that data off, letting the people that should be analyzing it analyze it. It gives us, the investigators, time to go out, reach out to people, interview them, and talk to people.
Stallnicker says that this investigation is still active with the amount of information and digital evidence collected, and that there's still forensic evidence at the West Virginia State Police Lab and other outside agencies that's being analyzed at this time.
We have a pretty substantial amount of in those records that we're getting back from search warrants. And not only those, I mean, we have a lot of other data, not only from, potential persons of interest, but also from Miss Fleming's, her records, her social media, her Google, her banking records.
As of now, the timeline for Gretchen's disappearance has remained the same. She began her night here at the Front Row Sports Bar and Grill, where she had left her purse with her phone and wallet inside. Her last location was the My Way Lounge, where she was last seen leaving with the person of interest, Preston Pierce. Stolniker says that although Pierce has not been cooperative during this investigation, he believes the investigation is moving along with the evidence and information collected.
I think we're at a point in this case that we're gathering a lot of information, whether people are talking to us or not, and I think we're moving forward.
Stolniker says that as of now, there is no need for another ground search like the one in Mountwood Park, because all of the remaining locations of interest are not as large of a scale. He states that there are currently no signs of this being a case of human trafficking. Law enforcement is aware of the concerns from the community. If you have information on Gretchen Fleming's disappearance, call Detective Zimmerman at 304-424-1072. In Parkersburg, this is Mitchell Blahut, WTAP News.